Okay, we're back. Let's go in to Zen Worship. We start out with a good pile of piety. Thanks to our gold donations, we actually have an Amulet of Faith on. We'll train invocations and we'll train invocations and armor. I'm gonna put armor to 24, which I think is about where it'll get when the manual's done. I need invocations for Zen's abilities. We're gonna drop all the stuff that offends him: Lignification, Torment, Mutation. I think that's it. Oh, unfortunately, Box of Beasts, which I should have spammed, since I knew I wasn't going to be able to use them anyway. And now we're going to look for some of the spells we need. Spatial Translocations will give us Blink. We'll train Translocations. Portal Projectile will be useful. What else do we want? Is there Swiftness? That should be good. And we may just go ahead and train Rapid Deconstruction strictly for that thing I found earlier. Not something I would normally do. Okay. Now let's work off that Wrath. We have 1,600 arrows, which is probably enough, as long as I don't be too wasteful. Maybe I should have started with TSO. I did that on the Deep Dwarf and found it pretty satisfying in here to keep my hit points up, but I kind of had to on the Deep Dwarf since they need the healing. But it made Abyss even more easy. Oh, lost some arrows. I'll try to remember to train Earth up and do that vault. I found this vault, if you didn't see the video, I found this vault in Shoals. It was one of the ones with a ton of Zot traps in it. It was a teleporter vault. And there was some good stuff in there. There was well, potentially good stuff. There was a Scroll of Acquirement, and there were 2 rings, 2 artifact rings, if I recall. So stuff that's potentially really awesome, potentially useless, potentially awesome. So we would like to go check that out. But I'm not willing to go in there because the Zot traps are outrageous. So what's the way in? LRD. Nice. There's a Potion of Might, but the Abyss trolls me a bit. And warps me before I have a chance to get it. Okay. There's our first Trograth. We'll go ahead and fight this stuff. No reason not to. Whoa! That's more than I thought was possible. Alright. Plan B. We will... Well, we can't quite Sanctuary yet. We're gonna Invis. We're gonna sack. Yeah, I thought that with all this AC and GDR, that I could have sworn it was 39%. But then again, I'm probably just underestimating the outside damage of a raging stone giant. Okay, we're fine now. These guys aren't enraged anymore, so just regular dudes. I would like to get my invocations up as fast as possible, though, so that I can use Sanctuary. It was at something like 69% fail rate, so clearly not something we can use. Something about this character feels really weak. I don't know what it is. It could just be the fact that it's a gargoyle and the hit points are low. It makes me feel weaker. And it's something that's hard to describe too. But as much as other people say gargoyles are awesome, in my experience, they just don't feel like it. And I realize that's very subjective. That's not really something that I can empirically say, well, I'm pointing at this exact mechanic and this is why I think gargoyles are weak. Because I don't really have much to say on that front, other than they've got low hit points. And then other people will point to the giant AC and say, well, they've got high AC. Well, the only thing that you can rely on is the hit points. And you could go back and forth on that, I'm sure. I'm sure there are people who disagree. I'm sure there are plenty of people who, for them, gargoyle is like their favorite species. Imprison is at 9%. That's pretty cool. How did I get that again? I got a mutation. I guess Zen doesn't protect all the time? I thought he did. Maybe it's only at full piety. Well, we may as well cure all mutations. I wonder if curing all mutations does a holy word, like when you bless a weapon with TSO, which I recently learned. If so, it might be a useful thing to hold on to. Don't care about the Cacodemon. He cannot mutate me. We'll use Vitalization. He, unfortunately, can still petrify me. Now, Vitalization does not give MR. It gives a bunch of cool stuff, mainly stats, but it does not give MR. And that kind of makes me want to walk around with double MR on, instead of RC. And that still only puts our MR to 4 pips, but it's at the lower end of 4 pips. So if I look up monsters, I bet... Yeah, I still have 1% chance to be petrified, paralyzed, confused, whatever, from ancient liches. So, you know, that's an issue. Unfortunately, this character really doesn't have a convenient way around that. So I suppose for Ancient Liches, we're just gonna probably use Sacks, Scattershot to try to kill them quickly. I mean, I'll use a number of tricks to make it so they don't have a chance. And I'll wait until I find out what their spellbook actually is. If it's the one with paralysis, then we'll need to be ultra careful. If it's not, well, we have, what? Do we really have no cancel? Wow, we still haven't found cancellation. Is that even identified? Yeah, wow. Potion of cancellation not identified. Of course, if we find it, it'll automatically get identified since it's the last one, but that's a little surprising. Zero cancellation by level 27. But goes to show you can get bad lucked by the RNG. It is possible. Alright, we almost have Sanctuary. Once we have Sanctuary, probably around 10%, we will go to Abyss 3 and get the rune. We're just kind of getting experience right now. I do think the TSO swap going into Crypts probably makes for a smoother, more interesting run for video purposes. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily something I can do because sometimes the character needs or at least wants to go into Crypts for that extra boost of experience long before Zot. So the thing that I did on that DD, it doesn't necessarily fit for all characters. This character felt oddly weak despite the bow, for example. Wow, I wonder what happens if I try to enslave this thing. Charmed. Oddly enough, Zen doesn't mind that I charmed him. Okay, we'll take this gold. But yeah, I did not know that Lurking Horrors had low MR until very recently. I guess I just assumed that they were immune to magic. They're not. In fact, they have very low MR, so just hex them and you won't ever get tormented by them again. Even with like no evocations, they will not be able to stand up very well to a single hex. Still haven't used up this manual, which I guess shouldn't surprise anyone since I'm pumping 3 things at the same time. I want my arrows. I will leave. I keep leaving and coming back because of the nature of the way that experience portals works. The first one you get is a way out, the rest are ways down. For each trip to the Abyss. So yeah, if I don't want to be trapped in here for a long while or be quasi-forced to go to Abyss 5, what that means is you really want to leave as soon as you get one from experience and reset the timer, so to speak. It's not exactly a timer, but oh boy, we could get paralyzed here. Let's walk out of this. Oh, come on. Let's kill this thing first. think this guy's disappointed that I'm not doing 15 runes. But yeah, like I wrote there, it's just slower is all it is. You know, it's also, I don't want to say that it's harder because it's not. It's just different. You know, it's different kinds of challenges. Challenges that are significantly more tedious. You can't really tab through it like this unless you have a death wish. I mean, you can, but it's really only a matter of time until something very bad happens to you because you tabbed your way into a Hellion and you missed 3 times and you ate like a million Hellfires. Now the reality is, if you do what I do and you set your auto fight stop, or whatever it's called, to a very high number, you'll probably be okay. Wow. I charmed that thing and then it exploded on an enemy, so paralyze would be better. Oh boy. We're gonna blink. We're gonna blink again. I would like to get out. It's not happening for me, but we'll let this troll kill some things. We'll blink again. We miscast. Oh no. Well, forget this. We're gonna use C-blink. We're going to use summoning. And then we'll Feel of Floods this dude so we can't get chased down. Oh man, my minions are just not doing the work today. Not blocking off these dudes enough. How in the world is that fire dragon hostile? Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm at a loss as to why this character is taking so much damage from those guys. My GDR, my guaranteed damage reduction is supposed to be improved for being a gargoyle, but we're still taking pretty enormous damage from the stone giants, and I understand that an enraged stone giant is like an enraged is almost exactly like an enraged orb guardian in terms of damage, but I'm still just a bit surprised at the amount of damage I'm taking with 63 AC. Maybe I need a little more EV. Oh man, even the regular liches can paralyze me. Let's use spiders. We'll find out what the book is. Okay, the book is not paralyzed, so I'm happy to fight him. He's invisible, so my spiders don't want to do any work. I can start using Recite, although it's unlikely to do much for me yet. Okay, we'll turn off armor. If we get paralyzed, it's okay, because he was alone. Oh no, this lich. This is bad. There's gotta be a better way. I'm just gonna shoot at him. That probably was not optimal. I really should be more careful around the paralysis, even if it is only 1%. But yeah, I need to think of a better way of dealing with those things. I guess I could just... I think my new strategy for liches, at least while I'm in here, instead of wasting sacks of spiders on them, which I'm very quickly running out of, although I have a couple lying around apparently. Okay, let's Phantom Mirror this. Try to charm. It's not quite working, is it? Oh. Okay, that's an Ancient Lich. Well, we're gonna put him in jail. And it doesn't quite work. We'll use Sanctuary. This is fine. We're just gonna teleport away. We're fine in here. Why didn't my teleport go through? I understand that it's slower, but I thought that if you teleported... Wow. Well, this is very bad. I'm gonna heal wounds again. I will start using Sea Blink if I need to. I have 3 of them. Finally, the teleport goes through. That was the slowest tele. We had like, I want to say that was like 10 turns inside the Sanctuary. Let's take this to 8 instead. And then we'll just focus on invocations. Also, did you see how I didn't really talk about this very much, but did you notice that or I don't think I mentioned it, when I imprisoned that Ancient Lich, I used Imprison on it, and then the Abyss immediately removed my prison, so... Yeah, Zen's imprisonment, not so reliable in here. Okay, when we have the feel online, I'll go ahead and use it against these guys, and we can use that to figure out what the book is. Or it can just go down, that's fine with me. Okay, let's pick up these gloves. Any one of them could be archery. Fog's good to have, and gold is good to have. Wear these gloves of dexterity. Not quite archery, but it is better than a generic one. But yeah, I really am at a loss as to why this character seems worse at dealing with berserked stuff than with Trog's berserked minions than any other character that I've played where I had to deal with the Wrath. Maybe Eevee is a little bit better against those things. Although my dodging is trained pretty insanely high. I know I'm in plate mail, but still. Okay, I want to walk away. Unfortunately, that Lich is following rather quickly. We're going to try to imprison and see if he stays in jail this time. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna teleport. We're gonna keep this Zhang Shi or other monsters in between me and the Lich. Actually, all he has is banishment, so this is okay. Let's put him in jail again. Okay, we're teleported. Cool. Yeah, this just feels rough. It's weird. It's weird that this character feels like it's having a rough time. Considering that I'm using a +9 longbow. Maybe I'm just playing worse. Maybe it's all in my head. It just kind of... Something about it. I get the impression that I'm taking more damage than I usually do. Okay. We don't want to be in the middle of all this stuff. Miscast blink. Okay, we got it. I should have recharged this before now, but we're going to recharge enslavement. We're going to get enslaves on the things with bad MR. It works on the Cyclops. Yeah. I like it when it's mostly Cyclopses that show up, because then I can just take control of them. Okay. I'm going to take a quick trip to the altar. And let's see exactly how mad he is. Trog well remembers your sins. So he's not ready to forgive me yet at all. At least 2 more steps left. We almost have Sanctuary down to 10%. Okay. Blink out of it. Charm. Charm. I'll use Vitalization. Maybe I should just be using Vitalization more. Maybe that's the trick to making this character do well. We will go ahead and enslave this thing. Vitalization seems to help a lot. Kind of turns me into a half of a Che follower. 63 AC, 24 EV with this up. So it's a 3-point bonus to EV. Not super incredible, but pretty good. I always feel like there's a piece of the overall equation that I'm missing somehow. Like how on this character I'm at a loss as to what feels off to it. And like I said, there's a chance I'm just imagining things. I suspect maybe it has something to do with stats. Oh, okay, no paralysis. But my stats don't look terrible to me. I mean, 25 strength, 18 dex, that's decently average, you know? So I don't think I messed up too badly on that or anything. Oh my god, I hate chaos. Wouldn't it make sense for Zen to protect you from chaos? He doesn't. I want to check out that cloak I just saw in Zot 4. Somehow I missed it. Could be MR+, and if it is, I want to put it on. Zen warns you, it is a foul shapeshifter. That's cool, Zen. It's dead now. Let's collect these arrows. Do I want a little bit more AC? Not really. Scarf of Repulsion seems like it's better. Back to the Abyss. Okay, here's an Ancient Lich. Do we want to fight him? Let's just walk away. Oh, he's coming for me. Well, Field of Floods. Let's find out what his book is. Bolt of Fire. Okay, it's not paralyzed. Game on. And he goes down. And we can kill those things pretty fast, and it may seem like being too cautious to say, oh, 1% paralyzed, I'm worried I need to avoid the chance, but you gotta treat those 1% as 100%. That is the way to streak reliably. Let's put this guy in jail and walk away. He's coming for me. I'll just use sack, I guess. He could still have paralyze. But I've wasted one of my sacks, which is unfortunate. Okay, it's banishment. Let's take him out. You know, I hate Trog. Look at what he's done here. I literally can't... I wonder if that's on purpose. This fog here that blocks line of sight. Because it stopped me from blinking out for the first turn. I had to dig my way out. Which normally, come to think of it, normally that would not really be an issue if you were in a wide open area. It only becomes an issue if you're in a narrow area and then you might get trapped. And that's actually the first time I've noticed that, but I imagine I've tried to blink in those situations before. Without even realizing that there were no slots free. So I'm gonna watch out for that in the future. Something to be aware of. Interesting, slightly obnoxious quirk of the way that Wrath works. Still not convinced that's intentional, but it's an extra challenge, so that's cool. I think it's an interesting challenge, at least. A little too RNG heavy for my taste, since depending on where the clouds spawn, it may or may not even affect you. I'm gonna check the altar again. I suspect he still well remembers my sins. Trog's Wrath is beginning to fade. It is a little surprising just how long this is taking. I'm still convinced that Wrath takes longer in the Abyss to go away. Still haven't bothered to look that up. It's not terribly important to me. I mean, it either ends or it doesn't end, you know? Or rather, it will end, but it ends when it ends. Like, me looking it up is not going to make it end any faster, and it's not going to make the Abyss not the optimal place to do this. Down to 1% fail rate. I should probably go ahead and go to Abyss 3. We'll get that rune. There was an exit there. Was it over here? Nah. Can't see anything. Thanks to the Abyss map removal. It's a Lajatong. A unique one. You know what I should have done? I should have swapped to Tioso first to get the Holy Branded bow for Lich purposes. But you know what? I can still do it. It's definitely a thing we can still do. I'm just going to eat this. Yeah, let's leave the Abyss and do that real quick. We'll get max piety in like no time at all. Especially with faith. Nice. Recharging is good. That'll at least make me significantly faster at killing things in here. Ah, no! We're pulled into a different section of the Abyss. We lose a bunch of arrows, but more importantly, we lose the way out as soon as it spawned from experience. That's no good. Well, we'll just start taking whatever portals we see. Whether it's out or down, we're going to take it. Until we're either out of the Abyss or we're on Abyss 3. Oh, there's one. Let me get these arrows first. Trying to do a good job of not leaving these behind. Oh, geez. Please stop splitting. I'm gonna ignore this thing. Okay, that's an acceptable number of things to leave behind. The shining one needs to be swapped to real quick. Okay. And this is, again, really it's just to get, it's just to get the holy real fast. Really shouldn't take long. I'm surprised that I don't have 5 pips of piety instead of 4. Usually you get a little more. blink away. This is cool. We're going to enslave. Okay, we're going to blink again. We'll get that deep troll on my side. Whew. Let's blink. You miscast. We will try to enslave. And he gets straight up murdered. Let's use C-blink. We're going to launch some arrows at this stuff. Kills it pretty quickly. Just needed to establish some distance. Alright, hopefully some demons show up soon. I really want to get that piety. Okay, Shining One is happy to kill abominations. Brand weapon. Now, unfortunately, even if I were to get Chaos, I can't use it while I'm worshipping Zen. I don't think. Oh right, we can be mutated. Let's be careful of that. I'm tempted to go for a good mutation set with the potions. Okay. Let's try to get the enslave. We'll blink out of this. We'll blink again. We'll blink. There we go. I'm going to use Feel of Floods. Doesn't quite work. Let's see if we can just duke it out with this guy, and we can. Duke it out with this guy, and we can. Let's kill this first, since Chaos Paralysis is not fun. Wow, I'm not getting that piety. I might do Vestibule real fast, literally just to get to max piety. Of course, if I get paralyzed in there, that's really bad. Should have saved like a little farm of zombies in crypts to kill for piety, but it just didn't. For some reason, it didn't occur to me that I wanted to get the holy longbow. Yeah, it just didn't cross my mind. Let's just pop into hell real quick. Yeah, we'll just do this real quick. Should have brought my boxes of beasts, actually. I'll come back with them if I need to. What is he doing? He's not taking damage. Okay, that's okay, we'll just use these real quick. Sorry, Zen. Okay. There's really nothing that this many boxes of beasts cannot solve. I should hope. And I'm literally going to use them all. So we've got a little zoo here. And if I somehow die with all of these dudes around me, I guess I just don't know how that would be possible. We'll bless the longbow of venom. We'll get a free holy word out of it. We'll just holy wrath this stuff. So now we have an excellent brand that does an insane amount of damage to everything in here. And this doesn't mean I'm going into hell. Normally I wouldn't clear this because there's no loot in it, it's just experience and stuff, but I just needed some demons. This is a place to help work off Trogwrath too, so... Trog is still mad at me, and you'll see that it's the deep red, or dark red, not the nice, pleasant light red that indicates that we're almost done being tortured by Trog. Okay. I tell you what, I'm gonna play Mutation Roulette, because we do have 10 potions. Try it one more time. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect, except for the harder to cast thing. But we've just gotten ourselves an okay mutation set. The MR Plus is the biggest part. Zen welcomes you back. Alright, we pay the tithe, which isn't bad at all. I could buy that crystal plate armor. We do have 8 scrolls of brand armor. But I think we're just going to keep on trucking. I'd rather have the RF Plus. But at least we have enough MR, thanks to that mutation. To not have to bulk at the idea of fighting liches and the like. Swap to freeze. Oh, well that's cool. The Abyss pulled me away. Pulled me away again. Okay, we're going to go down. So we're not going to take the way out. We're finally going to get the rune. Oh, this is funny. So is this the... Is this a teleporter vault, or is it... Oh. Well, let's deal with this first. Cyclops is charmed. Bear is charmed. Deep Troll is not charmed. Deep Troll is still not charmed. Come on, buddy. I will see Blink all the way over here. Now we got the charm. I'll drink a few curings. He doesn't listen to me because he's berserked. It's transporter landing site is what that is. So is that transporter lead inside? Well, that's a stone wall. Wait, what? We can just walk right in. What is going on? This is the weirdest thing. Is it just to make me scratch my head wondering what's going on? Is that what this is? It's like half a teleporter vault. Or is that the idea it's supposed to be like a ruined vault? Because we're in the abyss. I guess maybe it's like, it's the mechanic where the abyss can spawn weird sections of existing vaults. I didn't realize that it pulled from the actual vault files, though. I guess that makes sense. I assume that's what's going on. I don't know that for sure. It's interesting, though. I want to know exactly how many pips I need to do stone. 6 pips. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to train a little more earth. Remember, I've got that Shoals vault I want to bust into. But let's get that rune. We may be able to do it already with Brilliance. I am not sure. I would have liked to have been training implications this whole time, but the rewards in there are just potentially too good for me to not get them. I'm going to drop confusion here. Oh, I should be focusing that guy down. Alright, now I'm not going to go down anymore. I think the character can handle it even under Trogwrath, but I think it would make me more likely to waste arrows, since more things would be attacking me at the same time. Tell this thing to run away. Don't you dare. Oh man. And he does it. Wait, is this a vault? No, it's not. really don't like being in chaos. That's one of the things that makes Abyss legitimately dangerous, more than anything else, is the instant application of chaos. That and these guys who can smite you incessantly and paralyze you even. Paralysis is king. It's one of the reasons why Formacids are so good. Unfortunately, Formacids give up essentially the best escape options and the best offensive options as well. Well, option, haste. So it's kind of rough. Well, still dark red Trograth. He's not happy. Either I'm moving slower, or this Wrath is lasting longer than it usually does. Alright. Wow, we are burning through arrows here. I think I'm going to go deeper. I didn't want to, but... maybe this is it. One, two, three, four, five. I'm going to train stealth, by the way. Just a 10. Would have been nice to have in here from the start, but... let's just scattershot this. Oh jeez, I should scattershot all this stuff. So many spawns of chaos. I don't get it, it's ways down. But there's no rune. I could have sworn this was a rune vault. It is not. So let's just rest up. I didn't want to go this deep. I don't want to go any deeper. I just kind of had to because my position was getting really swarmed. Didn't look like there was going to be any way out soon, and I was just hemorrhaging arrows. Once I find the rune, I will start getting way more exits. So it's a safety thing as well. There's an actual benefit. There's an actual benefit to picking up the rune beyond just, hey, I have 5 runes, or 5 runes rather. Okay, I think that the rune can spawn here. I'm going to identify this other scatter shot and use it. I guess it must be off to the left. Or maybe this isn't a rune vault at all. Okay, let's scatter shot. I'm gonna recharge my scatter shot. Wow, he just doesn't care about getting scattershotted. I will scattershot this so I don't get AF chaosed any harder. No rune. Taking a lot of risks walking around with this much hit points. I think I've been punked here. Yeah, let's get a blink on out of here. Well, at least we got pulled away from that. I'm gonna rest up a bit. Or try to. I see silence, which very much might be a rune vault. There are rune vaults that place silent specters. I'm not sure how willing I am to go anywhere near one. Looks like it very much might be. Let's use vitalization. Can I recite to these guys? Yes, I can. I should be reciting more often. What? There's no appreciative audience, so why tell me it's weak enough to be recited to? It's just a measure of hit dice, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We no longer need to train Earth. Training nothing but invocations for the rest of the game once stealth gets to 10. The stealth thing is just so we can get out of bad situations. Do not drag me into the silence, dude. Didn't occur to me that that was possible, but it definitely is. Alright, we're gonna try it. I'm pretty sure this is the vault, but no real way to know for sure unless I look. I'm gonna vitalize again. We have a couple of heal wounds. So this is not the end of the world how hurt I am. It's not great though. Why don't I fix this up a bit? I may haste. Yeah, I'm gonna haste. Oh, come on, do not put me in this. I'm gonna agility. I'm even gonna might. I have so much of this stuff. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Good, he's dead. Kill this dude. You know, for being hasted, you sure wouldn't know it based on, like, hasted and mighted. You wouldn't know it based on my performance here. Kind of acid through these two. I'm actually going to Holy Word real quick. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Holy Word doesn't work versus these guys. Alright, I'm going to heal wounds. There's so many of them. Can I recite to them? We really don't want to be paralyzed here. suppose I could fog and avoid them that way. It's hard to believe that I'm hasted, agilitied, and minded right now. Something's really going on with this character. I expect to be 1 or 2 shot at everything, and it's not quite happening that way. Alright. I am so sure that this is the rune. Okay, we're gonna enslave this thing. Wow, this is just mean. This vault is just really mean. I have nothing else to say about it. Whoever made this vault is incredibly cruel. Now we have the right tools to deal with it. We've got enslavement, so we'll just use that. We've got a bunch of evocations. But I mean, silence and a floating eye? This is almost dumb. I'm gonna haste again. How many times did we have to hit that flayed ghost? I fired 3 times, I think. Oh no, you feel strangely unstable. Because the Ettin's been hitting me, apparently. Oh no. Can I walk away in time to read Tella? Or is it really gonna steal this from me? Well, I'm hasted, so let's see if I can beat the clock. Okay, I beat it. Read Tella, so we're no longer Tella'd. I'm going to use Sanctuary. And the reason for that was that I could have gotten LCS'd for quite a lot of damage. Possibly my entire hit points. Well, I didn't even check a spellbook. I should have done that. Yeah, we don't know a spellbook yet, so we assume the worst. So yeah, Iron Shot 3d34, Crystal Spear 3d40. So yeah, he could have done my entire hit points. Oh boy. So we're gonna agility again. We're going to curing a few times. We're gonna actually we're gonna ambrosia. That's what to do. Now we're in a sanctuary, so we shouldn't be doing anything offensive just yet. We're going to recharge enslavement. We have some pretty good charges on everything now. Step out of the sanctuary. Enslave that dude. Enslave that dude. Enslave that dude. Kill the Lich as soon as possible. Let's put Might back up. Lich is no longer in line of fire, so we'll start enslaving again. I want these guys on my side. Okay. Well, frankly, even though we had the tools to do that vault, we shouldn't have even tried it. Because that vault is dumb. Particularly while under Trogwrath, that was a bad idea. So, Trog's Wrath is beginning to fade. It's still 2 steps away from being done. I think there's something about walking around a lot that triggers the wrath to happen. Whoa. Yeah, check it out. Suddenly he's doing it all the time. Strange. I really don't understand the mechanics here. Yeah, anyway, just finish that out. Yeah, like suddenly he's willing to wrath me a bunch. It's like being in the abyss, he just is not interested. It's something about time passing, I assume. I must not have been walking. Well, no, I was walking plenty in the abyss. So I don't know if the abyss is just more or less, or he's just less likely to wrath me, or what. Well, we've got a nice light red. A nice light red Trog now, so he's less likely to, or he's more likely to be done soon with the wrath. Let's start carrying around this other wand of enslavement. And now for the whole reason that I was training LRD. They tried to put Zot traps in to stop me from doing this, but joke's on you, I'm luring everything out. I can only imagine that's the only reason why there's Zot traps in here. Zen ignores your late donation. Well, it's not like I kept it from you on purpose there. RC+++. Okay. Well, that's one way to get RC, so we'll use that as a swap on. But as far as stuff goes, we want armor, I think. We get a hat. Okay, so this was not worth it. At all. We trained LRD for that. Hard to believe that I trained LRD for that. But, you know, it was worth trying. But that's really, you know, that's the reason why it's just not really worth the effort. Those teleporter vaults with the Zot traps in them. Some unlucky fool, or, well, some person with a lot of hubris might have tried to go into that vault. Well, that's exactly what I did at first, if you watched that video. I put up teleport first so I could get out. But even that I shouldn't have done because the teleport could have brought me right back in. See, there it is again. It's as soon as I leave the Abyss and spend a little time resting or moving around or something. I don't know if that's a bug or if it's intentional. I can only assume that it's something that's like maybe on purpose, so as to... Oh wait, I want freezing, not holy. Yeah, like I assume it's something that's on purpose, so as to like... encourage you not to just park these dudes in the Abyss. Or maybe it's that he doesn't want to do it on the same floor. I was almost ready to forgive my sins. Well, I'll go back into the Abyss. I'll fight a little bit more. Because it seems to be tied to my experience drain. And time passing. And then there's some third factor that I'm not picking up on. That's what I've noticed. Okay, now he's willing to do it here again. Maybe it really is just that he doesn't want to do it in the same floor. But no, that they're I'm so confused, man. 2 rounds in a row. Like, I'm not even complaining. I literally don't know what's going on with this, and that bugs me. Maybe I'll look up the code. The thing is, Wrath has... I'm sure Wrath has changed a few times over the years, so even if I look up old posts on the subject, I wouldn't be surprised if I get some misinfo. But we'll give it a shot. Once I finish this run, I will take a look at Wrath. It's clearly there's something I'm missing, and if you don't understand something in this game, that's one more thing that can get you killed. And there's probably nothing more upsetting in this game than dying to something you weren't expecting. Something you didn't understand. Something that was strictly not even like a bonehead move, but you just didn't know about it. Something that was like totally preventable, but you didn't understand the mechanic enough to stop yourself from dying to it. That to me is a bad feeling. Now, you can turn it into a good feeling if you learn something from it. But it is a little bit upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I knew that I would get hit with Wrath as soon as I started moving around. So I can, like, sort of anticipate the mechanic. I just don't understand why or how it works. Apparently so. He said that Trog Wrath was done. I didn't even notice. Let's blink out of here. Let's slave that thing. And you know what? Forget all this. I'm just going to teleport. Okay. Very long video. Let's go into Zot 5 and let's finish this thing out. I don't even care about the rune anymore. This game has successfully made me not care about the rune, the Abyssal rune. Yeah, I'm really just gonna have to look that up. Okay, let's not get double zapped. Just because I have Arelect doesn't mean that I want to get double zapped. I'll take out this guy first because he goes down easier. And then we'll go for the electric golem. We have plenty of consumables, so let's not be shy about using those. We will clear this floor. Okay, let's put him in jail. Haste, might, agility, and resistance. And we'll swap to... No, we'll keep freezing on. Holy does not help versus Orbs of Fire, sadly enough. It'd be nice if it did. But Zen will be very happy when I kill it. Okay, let's kill this one. Hopefully we can take it down before the other one gets freed, but if not, I'll just put him in jail again. You know what? I forgot to vitalize. We'll vitalize as soon as this guy comes out of jail. Actually, we'll vitalize now because of this killer clown. Ooh, Zot Trap. Get out of range of that. And we'll take down this Orb of Fire. Haste is almost over. Haste is over. We'll haste again. I'd rather not fight next to these Zot traps, but until there are things around that would cause me alarm, I think I'm okay. Okay, these guys can actually jump into the Zot traps. So we're gonna make it so the Zot traps are not in line of sight. Sort of a ghetto way of doing it. I should have just moved away after that, but that's cool. Just trying to move as quickly as possible over here. And the reason is that I'm still buffed up. Right now I just have vitalization, but even that's a pretty good buff. However, it can be compared to heroism. It takes a relatively small amount of piety. I'm not saying that you should vitalize every single non-trivial fight, but it doesn't hurt you to do so. Okay, let's walk away. Put on Holy Wrath. I'm gonna vitalize. I have so much gold that I don't care about losing some piety. I'm gonna walk away. I do not want to be in line of sight to that Zot trap. Actually, why don't we just go around entirely? Oh, that's why. Fine. why don't we go ahead and enslave... Oh boy. So I mean, this is good and bad. I just enslaved this dude and he used a scroll of summoning. So these guys are on my side, I suppose. But I've got this Zot trap to deal with. I'm gonna fog to get this crap out of my line of sight. And we'll just let the Draconians duke it out. Using quite a bit of fog. I wanted to save some for the orb run. Oh my gosh. Let's... Alright, come on. There we go. Now they're actually out of line of sight. Trying to help this guy out a little bit. Okay, so that's clear. We have 9 teleport. Let's use a teleport. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab it. Take the teleporter. This is good enough for me, so we'll turn off the teleport, kill this thing, and leave the dungeon. Gonna put this guy in jail. Gonna put anything in jail that causes me the slightest problem. I am so done with this run. I don't know what it is about this run. It just felt weirdly off the whole time. Okay, this wants me to take... this staircase up. I'm gonna Sanctuary. I couldn't put him in jail because he was on the staircase. Well, he was next to the staircase. So putting him in jail would mean that the staircase would get covered in silver. If that's even possible. I don't even know if you can do that. Sanctuary, however, meant that I just didn't have to deal with him at all. Keep on walking out of here. I've been at this too long. I think I've been sitting here for like 2 hours. Okay. Kill this thing. Let's get some acid to finish him off, actually. I should have swapped to Holy as soon as I got on the Orb run. Because other than Orb Guardians, Holy does extra damage to almost everything. Okay, this guy goes to jail. I'll actually put him in jail too. You go to jail. Everybody goes to jail. Okay. So that is the win. Pretty cool stuff. No idea what I'm playing next time. Certainly a Berserker. I want to keep up with this Berserker series. It's pretty fun. That's a Gargoyle. with bows, which I still think is really great on any Berserker. Or on any character, really. Bows are just that good. Had a little bit of questionable play this game, but not too much. I'm learning a few things about Wrath. Clearly there's something I don't understand about Wrath mechanics. I'm going to look that up after this run. Well, probably not like right now, but before the next video. And what I'm going to do is, if I remember, I'm going to report back what I found out, because that's very important to understand. That's a mechanic that's very important to understand fully if you want to be swapping gods, so that you can more efficiently deal with the Wrath. Because if you could make it happen more often, maybe that would be good to cut down, well, on the time that you are spending Wrathed. Or if there's some way to make it happen less often, that might be good too if your character can't quite handle the Wrath yet. Then again, there may be no pattern at all. I may have just been imagining things. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, I'm signing out.